Our next topic is about amortization. So, amortization is method of repaying a debt, the principal and interest included, usually by a series of equal payments at equal interval of time. In relation to a loan, amortization focuses on spreading out loan payments over time. When applied to an asset, amortization is similar to depreciation. The term amortization refers to two situations. First, amortization is used in the process of paying off debt through a regular principal and interest payments over time. An amortization schedule is used to reduce the current balance on a loan. For example, is a mortgage or a car loan through installment payments. Second, amortization can also refer to the spreading out of capital expenses related to intangible assets over a specific duration, usually over the asset's useful life for accounting and tax purposes. So, key takeaways in amortization. So, typically refers to the process of writing down the value of either a loan or an intangible asset. So, amortization schedules are used by lenders, such as financial institutions, to present a loan repayments schedule based on a specific maturity date. Intangibles amortized or expensed over time help tie the cost of the asset to the revenues generated by the asset in accordance with the matching principle of generally accepted accounting principles such as GAAP. So, we will have an example for this. Dito sa amortization, magagamit na naman natin yung mga different types of annuities like the ordinary annuity, deferred annuity, annuity due, and so on. So, dapat wag niyong kalimutan yung principles ng mga annuity yun. Number 1 example, a debt of 5,000 pesos with interest at 12% compounded semi-annually is to be amortized by equal semi-annual payments over the next 3 years, the first due in 6 months. Find the semi-annual payment and construct an amortization schedule. So, this semi-annual payment is actually our annuity. So, we will draw first the cash flow diagram of this problem. So, we have a present worth or present value equal to 5,000 pesos. And we have an interest equal to 12% compounded semi-annually. So, our number of years will be 3 years. First due in 6 months. So, 6 months is the semi-annual. Okay? So, cash flow diagram for us to solve the annuity or the semi-annual payment. Since this is a semi-annual, we have total number of payments will be the semi-annual multiplied by the number of years. So this is our N. Okay? We have a payments of 6. Let's say this is first semi-annual, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So this will be the equal payments for 3 years. We will use the ordinary annuity to solve for the annuity. So, since our given here is the present value, P, we'll have P is equal to A multiplied by 1 minus 1 plus I raised to negative n all over I. Solving for A, we'll have P all over, or Pi all over 1 minus 1 plus I raised to negative n. So that is equal to 5,000 multiplied by our effective interest, or the interest, to 0.12 divided by 2 all over 1 minus 1 plus 0.12 divided by 2 raised to negative n here. This one, pabalik sa present natin. So, you will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 raised to negative 6. So, our annuity here will be equal to 1,016.82 pesos. So, this will be the equal payments for 3 years. Now, we will solve, or we will plot the amortization schedule for this annuity, for this debt. This is the amortization table or schedule of the example number 1. So, amortization schedule is a table that shows each periodic loan payment that is owed, typically monthly, and how much of the payment is designated for the interest versus the principal. So, amortization tables can help a lender keep track of what they owe and when payment is due, as well as a forecast that outstanding balance or interest at any point in the cycle. Amortization schedules are often seen when dealing with installment loans that have known payoff dates at the time loan is taken out, such as mortgage or a car loan. This is our table, amortization schedule, or yes, amortization schedule or table. Here we have the period, number of period. A while ago we said that we have 6 payments for 3 years. So this is the first semi-annual, second semi-annual, until 6th semi-annual. So this will be your first year, second year, and third year. Next one is the outstanding principal at the beginning of period. Of course, we have outstanding of 5,000 pesos kasi yan yung inutang. And also, our interest due at end of period. So, what will be the interest of 5,000 at the end of first payment? So, payment, this will be our annuity. So, we have equal payments until our last payment, which is on the third year. So, 1,016.81. So, we already computed that one a while ago. And the principal repaid at the end of period. So, we will denote this outstanding principal to be, let's say, OP. Interest, I. principal repaid. So let's say this is PR. Initially, we have 5,000 pesos at year 1 or first semi-annual. So, saan natin nakuha tong 300 pesos na interest? So, from our effective interest, I is equal to 12% and it is compounded semi-annually. So, we will have 0.06%. And then, this 300 pesos from our first interest, we have the initial payment or outstanding principal to be 5,000 pesos multiplied by 0.06, so that is equal to 300 pesos. So from our annuity, 1,016.81 pesos, we will subtract 300 pesos, our interest to be our principal repaid. So our PR will be equal to the annuity minus the interest. So that will be 716.81 pesos. From this PR, we will subtract this one from our outstanding principal at the beginning of period. So, OP minus PR. 5,000 minus 716.81. So, that will become 4,283.19 pesos. From this again, outstanding principal, we will take again the interest for our second interest. So that is equal to 4,283.19 multiplied by 0.06 pesos. It will become 256.9914 pesos. Subtracting from our annuity, which is the 1,016.81, it will become 759.8186. And again, repeat, we'll subtract it from our outstanding principal. It will become 3,523.3714. And so on and so forth until we reach our last payment at the 6th semi-annual. So, getting the totals, we will have our interest, 1,100.89. Our annual payments or semi-annual payments, 6,100.86 pesos. And also, the principal repaid at the end of the period, we have 5,000 pesos. So, as you can see, we will incur 1,100.89 pesos from our debt equal to 5,000 pesos for this problem. Number 2 example. A debt of 10,000 pesos with interest at the rate of 20%, compounded semi-annually, is to be amortized by 5 equal payments at the end of each 6 months. The first payment is to be made after 3 years. So find the semi-annual payment and construct an amortization schedule. So again, this semi-annual payment is our equal payment, which is the annuity. So we have a present value equal to 10,000 pesos and an interest rate equal to 0.2 all over, since this is semi-annually, divided by 2. So our effective interest will be 0.1. Amortized by 5 equal payments at the end of each 6 months. So at the end of each 6 months means semi-annual. The first payment is to be made after 3 years. So we will draw first the cash flow diagram. So this is our debt, which is equal to 10,000. Since this is a semi-annual and the first payment was made after 3 years, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is year 1, year 2, and year 3. So this is the first semi-annual, second semi-annual, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Our first payment will be at the end of the third year. So this is our first payment. And we will make another 5 equal payments. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 7, 8, 9, and 10. All in all, we have a number of payments is 10. So looking at this cash flow diagram, we have deferred annuity. And our formula for deferred annuity is equal to A times 1 minus 1 plus I raised to negative n over I times 1 plus I raised to negative k. The value of our k now is the deferred period, which is equal to, since this is our new zero, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. From here, ito yung k natin. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is equal to negative 5. And our n is equal to, so, ito ibabalik natin dito sa 0. So, that is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, and also negative 5. So, solving for A, it is equal to P all over 1 minus 1 plus I raised to negative n. This is Pi times 1 plus I raised to negative k. So, it is equal to 10,000 times 0.1 all over 1 minus 1 plus 0.1 raised to negative 5 times 1 plus 0.1 raised to negative 5. So that is equal to 4,248.5 pesos. So this will be the value of our equal payments for this annuity. Now we will plot the amortization schedule. So this is our amortization schedule. We have here the period. We have 10 payments, and it is deferred in 3 years. So that is equal to 5 payments deferred, and then it is started to amortize on the end of the third year. So this is our outstanding principal at the beginning of period. We have 10,000. And our interest due at the end of period, 1,000. So where did we get this 1,000? From our effective interest equal to 0.1. Our first interest is 10,000 times 0.1, that is equal to 1,000 pesos. So this is our OP, outstanding principal, our I,
our payment, which is our annuity, and PR. So as we said earlier, PR is equal to A minus I. The value of our next outstanding principal is equal to OP minus PR. So, since wala tayong annual payment dito, our PR here will be equal to negative I. And then, the value of the next outstanding principal will be equal to 10,000 minus PR is negative I. So that is equal to 10,000 minus negative I is negative 1,000. So that is equal to 10,000 plus 1,000. So equal to 11,000. So kaya naging 11,000 to. And then getting again the interest of 11,000. So 11,000 times 0.1, that is equal to 1,100. Wala na namang annuity, so our PR will be equal to negative 1,100. Next step, getting the outstanding principal. So our previous value is 11,000 minus negative 1,100. So that is equal to 12,100. Eto. So, and so on and so forth. Kukunin mo na naman yung interest. And then, so subtract mo dito sa previous para makuha mo yung present hanggang sa payment 5. So, payment 6 dito na mag-amortize kasi may annuity na tayo dito from payment 6 to payment 10 equal to 4,248.48. So, same procedure. 16,105, get the interest, multiply it by 1.1, so you will get 1,610.51, and then you will subtract it from our annuity, which is equal to 4,248.48. So you will get the PR, which is 2,637.97. So may value na siya. This value, we will subtract it from our present value of the outstanding principal to get the next value. So 16,105 minus 2,637, that is equal to 13,467.13, and so on and so forth hanggang matapos yung payment 10. And then get the total of the interest and the payments. Ito. And also the principal repaid at the end of the period. So we will try to subtract the total annuity, which is 21,242, to the total of the interest due, which is 11,242. So 21,242.4 minus 11,242, so that is equal to 10,000 pesos. Yung value ng inutang mo.